Good morning. Hello, am I on? Oh, there I am. Hi, welcome. Okay, everybody come back to the room. That was wonderful. That was beautiful. Just gorgeous. Well, look at us. Here we are at the end of October. It's Halloween this week. What are you going to be for Halloween? What mask are you wearing this year? Trick or treatment? I had to throw it out there, right? As we know, treatment is the form of prayer we use. So, you can be tricked and fooled by the illusion of the mask, or you can do some treatment and, buy some candy for those goblins to send them on their way. Well, our theme this month is prosperity, abundance, and wealth. And today's title is Receiving, as important as receiving. Giving and receiving. Receiving okay, I got this. I got the words. Receiving is as important as giving.
Yes! As you speak, sir.
The ability to receive is as important as giving, because it's the flow of abundance. And being in the flow is what it's all about. Practice receiving generously. Can you do that? Accept something from someone else, a compliment, a gift, an offer to pay for a meal, anything that's given. And I challenge you for the next month to receive anything that's given to you. Just say yes. Don't go, oh no, I couldn't, or oh, I already have one of those, or no, that's not for me. Take it, because you may be the one that needs to pass it on to the person it's supposed to go to. Maybe you already have that sweater, but maybe you could donate it to somebody who needs it. Maybe you already have a macaroni unicorn in your garage. But take it. There may be some need for it. So, God is life, and life gives to itself. It is given before we ask. Ask, and it is already given. It's already there. We just have to align ourselves with the energetic of it being in our lives. It does not give of itself to just certain people. It gives of itself to everyone. Just like sunshine. How much sunshine can you take? Do you have a cloud in your life that's hanging over you? Or are you able to receive all the sunshine? The good book says it's better to give than to receive. The Bible, right? It's in there. It is. It is. Well, I'm told, at least the Rush song that I listen to over and over again, it's in there, right? The good book says it's better to give than to receive, and I do my best to do my part. But I would challenge that in saying that it's as powerful to receive as it is to give. Okay, for all you football fanatics out there, quarterback's a good giver, quarterback can throw the ball. But if there's no one to receive it, there is no completion. Game over, right? If they just kept running, or, if they didn't turn to catch the ball, and sometimes they start running before they catch it, and that's usually when they drop it. We need to receive first before we can run with the ball. We need to take it into our heart. We need to take it in. One of the first challenges I had when I started in this new energetic, when I started to become aware, was receiving. I was always pretty much, let me think about this. And just to stand before people and go like this, try it sometime. It's revealing, because we're so used to deflecting the energy, Tai Chi, But sometimes we have to let it in. We need to let it in completely. Let it saturate us and be okay with that. Is it possible for you to receive that which your mind refuses to accept? If you desire to receive more, you need to consciously develop the ability to mentally encompass it. The things that we want to be, do, and have in our lives aren't there because the things that we don't want are taking their place. Our closets are full. I know. Take a look at your garage, right? Ooh, easy. Don't be talking about my garage. I like that stuff. It's my stuff. Don't take my stuff away from me. But if we are to be good receivers, we have to have a place in consciousness. If your cup is already full with the things you don't want, how can we pour in the new brew into you? Oh, I already know all that. I'm not going to that seminar. I already know those things. I already know everything. There's to know about everything. I think, therefore I am. But we're thinking at times too much about the things. If worry could have changed things, we would all be in different places, right? Because if I could just worry enough laying there at night, everything would be different. But I realized that worry was a negative form of prayer. If we see something in our life that we don't like and we point at it, we hold it in place by our attention. Energy flows where your attention goes. And if you are thinking about the things you don't want rather than the things you do, you're not being a good receiver. Because you're receiving too much of the negative energy of it. Now, I'm calling this on myself. I've been there. I do this. I'll call a practitioner. I'll tell them what's going on, and they'll say, "Have you prayed?" Let me call you back. And I'm the minister. I'm supposed to know this stuff, right? And this is why I go into prayer automatically all the time. It's my default because my natural default has been negativity. If I left to my own devices, I'll go down a road that has brought me to places I don't want to be. I have to set myself up for success by thinking in the positive realm. Until we can receive with an open heart, we're never really giving with an open heart. When we attach judgment to receiving help, we knowingly or unknowingly attach judgment to giving help. And there's also, to him that hath shall be given. After all, you must have a capacity to receive. Even omnipotence can't give to you. Perhaps your own passion temporarily destroys the capacity. Sometimes we get so worked up that we think we know it all, and we're not that open vessel. So, doing little things like cleaning a junk drawer up can change consciousness. And you don't even have to throw anything out of the junk drawer. Just organize it. Just organize it. And your thoughts will be organized. Organize your garage. You don't have to get rid of anything. Just put things that are like each other, put them together and straighten them. You can take a desk that is cluttered with paper and just put it in a stack and it's clean. Now, you may have to go through those pages to find what you want. Don't touch my desk. I know where everything is, and I have to go through it all. But think about it. Pure intention requires a certain level of inner awakening. We have to become awake, alert, and aware. Be in the moment. I was telling the story about myself mowing my lawn and destroying a sprinkler. And I decided that I'd better replace it, right? So I dug up the sprinkler and walked it over to Home Depot, and I was standing in front of the sprinklers, like in bliss, you know? It's like, I have a lawn, I have a mower, and I have a broken sprinkler. Bliss. Because something come over me that was like, these are first world problems here, right? This is like people would love to have these challenges, right? And I realized that I could pick any sprinkler I wanted, you know, plastic or metal or pop-up or, you know, or whatever. And of course I asked the guy, you know, what would you know, he's like, just get the one that, you know, that broke, so. But I had a spiritual experience in that I got to receive a new sprinkler, and I got to take it home. I got to buy it and take it home and fix it myself. And it felt so good. It felt so good. It was so powerful. Only after we have experienced the underlying unity of all creation can we truly begin to feel love and compassion for others. We need to feel that unity. Feel that you are one of many. You know, it's so interesting that if we believe in the wholeness and the oneness of all that is, this thing that we call God or source energy or goddess energy or power or whatever you want to call it, that's your business, what you call the power that created you. We were all in that energy, and then we all made a decision. We chose, if you believe in this sort of thing, to come into this plane of experience. So we splintered, or we fractured, or we made ourselves individualized as the billions of demonstrations of God, so that we could remember who we are, so we could come back together as one, to divide and go have an experience and come back together. I think that God just wanted to have lunch with itself. That's why we're all here, is that it wanted to have the experience of something else. So here we are. So how's it going, God? Are you guys having an experience of God? How's it going? How's it growing? Once this all-pervading unity has become a living reality in our consciousness, we will come to see other parts of ourselves as who and what we are out there. You know, we're taught, go out, get a job, go out and make something of yourself, go out and get an education. And from all my teaching, it's all told me to come back within, go to the oneness, remember who you are. You know, stepping out of our own doorway, we step over the daisies that we're looking for in the field. It's all right here, but sometimes we have to go outside of ourselves to find it. And I don't always want to go. I don't want to go. Sometimes I really want to go. You know, we're such an interesting being. You know, I want everything in my life to be different, but don't change anything. I'm looking for a new experience, but not that. Not that. I'm not ready for that. Aren't we? You know, if you look at some of your best experiences has been when you've been out of control. If you look back, they have been the most creative, dynamic experiences that has moved you into your greatest yet to be. Because you wouldn't go if you were invited. You were forced. You know, I realized that sometimes I needed a 2x4 to hit me upside the head. You know, they call that thing on the sailboat a boom for a reason. That's the arm that sticks down that holds the main sail. And when you change tack, it swings over. That's why you go ready about, hard to lee, or you duck, because that thing is going to swing around. And I used to think that the only way that I would change was to be hit upside the head by a 2x4. And that's what life provided me. The universe always says yes. Oh, let me show you. Boom, boom. Flying into next week. And now I invite angel wings to touch my cheek. Change is coming. You know, we're creatures of habit. This is a story about creatures of habit. There was a fire one night at a convent. Several nuns who lived on the 4th floor were trapped. They were praying for divine intervention to show them a way out of the fire. When one of the sisters screamed, "We need to take off our robes, tie them together, and climb down to safety." Later, as they were recounting the event to reporters, they were asked if they were afraid that the crude robes they tied together might not hold. I said, "Oh no." They said, "Old habits are hard to break." Ba-dum-bump. Right? Think about it, though. Think about it. Old habits are hard to break. You know, if we've ever tried to stop smoking, you know, it's not something you go, "I'm just going to stop smoking. Oh, there, I'm done." It's a process you make and you recommit every day. Or overindulgence in any way. It's not something you just go, "Oh, I'm just going to stop that now. Oh, that's done." It's something you think about and make a change every day. You change your life one day at a time. We don't just flip a switch and we're done. We didn't flip a switch and turn it on. Well, maybe we did, but it's a process. There's a process to healing and revealing and receiving and giving. Giving and receiving are spiritually and physically bound together. As we breathe out, we produce carbon dioxide, which provides nourishment for plants, and the plants use the carbon dioxide to release oxygen, which is necessary for life. Our every breath is making a difference for all of life by giving and receiving. It's part of who and what we are. But what we give off is food for something else, and what they give off is food for us. This is how it is one. We are one. How much air do you need? How much oxygen do you need? Do you ever wonder if there's enough? Well, you know, if you have asthma or something like that, sometimes that comes into play. But normally we don't get up praying there's enough oxygen in the room. It's there. It's already there. As we open ourselves to receiving, all of life becomes a gift. When we can be given a compliment, and instead of saying something to divert the energy, just say thank you. Thank you is the only appropriate response. Just thank you. Oh, that's a great shirt. Thank you. Oh, this old thing, I just wear it when I don't care how I look. Just take it. And like I said, at first for me in my male bodysuit or spacesuit, whatever you call this, I never could take a compliment. I was upset. I was uncomfortable with being complimented because they couldn't be possibly talking about me. They're lying. There's something wrong. And I had to develop that ability to receive a compliment. I've said this before, but if someone gives you a gift of their opinion and you don't take it, to whom does the gift belong? To the giver. You know, we can say, I'm not going to take that. I'm not going to take that from anybody. But in that attitude, we've pretty much taken it, you know? But when we say, you know what? That's not for me. That's not mine. We haven't taken it. Don't take it to heart. Take what you choose and let the rest fall away. It will be evident what is yours. So I'll tell another story here. There's two brothers who worked together on the family farm. One was married and had a large family, and the other was single. At the day's end, the brothers shared everything equally, produce and profit. One is a family, one is single. Then one day, the single brother said to himself, "It's not right that we should share equally the produce and the profit. I'm alone and my needs are simple." So each night he would take a sack of grain from his bin and crept across the field between the houses and dumped it into his brother's bin. Meanwhile, the married brother said to himself, "It's not right that I should share share the proceed and not the profit equally. After all, I'm married and I have my wife and children who look after me for years to come. My brother has no one to take care of his future." So each night he took a sack of grain and dumped it into his brother's bin. See what's happening here, right? Two different perspectives. Both men were puzzled for years because their supply of grain never dwindled. Then one dark night, the two brothers bumped into each other. Slowly it dawned on them what was happening. They dropped their sacks and embraced each other. How interesting is that? So in conclusion, everything in life works in circles, spiritually and materially. The basic principle of giving and receiving is found everywhere. Look at nature. It toils not. But every year we have those leaves, those beautiful leaves to rake up, and every summer it provides new ones. While there is more attention on how to give, the consciousness of receiving is just as important. It is essentially mutual and reflects our unity with each other and with Spirit. So I offer this challenge this week. Notice all that is being offered to you and meet it with openness and gratitude. Just say thank you. Meditate on what it means to receive, and in that, the gift you give to others by receiving it generously. And so it is. Thank you. So it's time now for our healing prayer. So if you'd like to close your eyes, if that's comfortable for you, or take a soft focus on the beautiful bouquet or the candles, let's just go within and remember who we are. So I invite you to bring to the forefront of your consciousness what you believe the energy of creation is to you. What do you call it? What is your name for the power of creation? And that's your business. I think that we can agree that when we stand before the ocean and watch it, the waves crash before us, we of ourselves are not making that happen. That there is a power doing that. There is a power that is guiding the stars and causing the sun to shine. It is breathing our body and beating our heart. I know that each one of us, being a divine emanation of that power, call in that energetic right here and right now. I speak my word for whatever may be going on in your situation. I introduce the divine energy of love, the receiving and the giving of love. For truly, love is the glue that holds everything together. And as we focus our energy on love, love abounds. For the answer to all questions is love. I know that something wonderful is happening in each one of our lives, no matter what the appearance may be. I bless it as good. I speak a word of prayer upon anyone, anywhere who has ever asked for prayer, be it spoken, written, perhaps in the subconscious regions of the mind where someone said, "Please, God, help me with this." I know that that power is now activated and flipped to the on position, where the divine circuits are now flowing, doing exactly what's needed to do in each situation, bringing about exactly what is needed in every situation, so that a divine outcome is the result. So I claim that divine outcome. I say yes to the love, to the healing, to the revealing of the truth in every situation, because I know that something wonderful is happening. So we claim it. We say yes and thank you. Thank you, awesome power of creation, for the truckloads of good that are on their way to each one of us right now. Thank you. As we let go, releasing this word, this prayer, directly into that living, loving law of mind, where it returns to us fully orbed and resplendent. For I know something wonderful is happening right here and right now. So we let go and let God be God in our lives as it makes sense to us. We affirm this together by saying, and so it is. Amen. It's